I'm in a research and teaching associate position, which is, to explain that a little more, that's kind of a non-tenure track faculty position. It's a temporary position. The primary focus, is on beef quality attributes, particularly looking at how nutrition and management of beef cattle during the stocker phase affect marbling and other development of other adipose tissue depots. Fat is a big part of flavor characteristics, and so it's also a big part of the way that we grade beef cattle carcasses. Obviously, intramuscular adipose tissue, or marbling fat, is a big part of quality grading, whereas other depots such as kidney fat and back fat are a big part of the yield grade equation. And so being able to manipulate those fat depots relative to each other could allow us to improve quality grades without increasing or maybe even decreasing yield grades. Yeah, I grew up in west central Illinois on a grain and livestock farm. For a long time, when I was younger, we had a swine operation, about 50 sow farrowing to finish operation, and then some beef cattle and a few sheep, and Mom even had some chickens that we'd sell eggs to the neighbors, and we'd butcher chickens. And well, when I went to college for my undergraduate degree, I got the animal production side of things interested me more, just I think basically from I don't know, I guess maybe just from a scientific aspect, or just it was just something that I enjoyed and was more interested in than say crop production. And so I majored in agriculture, and I went to a small state school, and my major was agriculture science, but I took I took mostly animal science type courses. And then after my bachelor's degree, I actually worked for a couple of years in a small feed yard in Illinois, and we had a consulting nutritionist there. And so that's kind of how I got interested. When I originally decided to come back to school for my master's degree, I had originally thought that I wanted to be a consulting nutritionist. And so, but that's kind of how I got into animal science, and particularly beef cattle nutrition as a career was that. But when I got into graduate school and started doing research, I found out that I really enjoyed and really loved doing research and enjoy solving problems. I think there's several issues. If you want to think about big issues, environmental issues are a big issue that I think all of agriculture is facing, as well as the animal industry and livestock industries. And then I think another big issue is the animal rights, animal welfare issue, that the public perception of how we produce food. The caveat to those is that people expect us to say reduce our environmental input or footprint, or go back to more I don't know how to word it, but go back to kind of, I'd say, less efficient production practices. What we've developed is based on the most efficient way to produce meat for human consumption, but the public perception is that that's not necessarily healthy for the animal, and so they want us to change. And I think a lot of their perception is they want us to go back to maybe 30 years ago, where we had pastured hogs and and some things like that. But the caveat to that is that we've got a challenge to feed. I think the number is 3 billion more people by the year 2050. We've got to produce 100% more food than we are currently right now. I think a big challenge for animal science is to improve efficiency over the next 10, 20 years, 30 years, to be able to meet that demand for more food with fewer inputs. I'd say number one of the things that I've done is to work hard, to go above what's expected. One of the things I learned in graduate school, and particularly during my PhD, is you don't know what you can accomplish until you've been pushed past where you think your limits are, and you can amaze yourself about what you can accomplish if you push yourself past what you think you can do.